Here we are, week 2, we are doing the diamond stitch. So here are our directions to go through this stitch, which we are adding to our granny square blanket. It's how it will look when it's done. All of this nice diamond work is almost like a surface stitch, and it's going to be accomplished using triple crochets on top of regular single crochets. So let's go ahead and get started. The materials you need, as usual, I'm using Red Heart Super Saver. You can use any worsted weight. That's a 4 weight yarn. Using pink this time around. I had purple last week. It's going to be a fun little girl's blanket when I get mine finished. You're welcome to use any color you'd like. Our hook, we're using an H hook. It is a 5mm hook. I also like using a yarn needle to tuck in my ends when we're done. And scissors. We'll keep those things nearby as we get started. So last week, week 1 of this second blanket that I've made on our YouTube channel, we are going to be doing a base chain of 32. Last week was 30. This one is 32. The diamond stitch is requiring us to use multiples of 4. Here. All right. Like I said, I like to leave my tails long enough to tuck in with my yarn needle. Doing a chain of 32. Do not count this slip stitch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. The first row, actually the first 3 rows are going to be a single crochet. So you did that extra chain 1 before you get started on this row. Now we're going in here. Here we go. We've made it to the end of our first row. So we're going to go ahead and chain 1, turn, and head on back that same way. So like I said, we're adding 2 more rows of single crochet. So we're going to go all the way back, turn, come all the way back here. So I'll see you when you get that done. All right, so you have the first 3 rows after your base chain of just single crochet. This is what it should look like so far. So now we're ready for that 4th row, and here's where the tricky part starts. Don't worry, we'll get through it together. So I'm going to chain 1, oops, chain 1, turn. Now we are ready to do a triple crochet. So you're going to yarn over twice. Now we're actually going to be putting this triple crochet, we're going to be hooking it down to that first row of single crochet that you did. And you're going to be going between the second and third stitch. You're actually going to be going around stitch 3 on row 1. So to find that, you're not going to count here. That's just our end. So here's stitch 1, stitch 2, stitch 3 on that first row. And you can kind of see that post. We're actually going to go behind the post and put the stitch in. So we are going to be doing a triple crochet front post through that third stitch on the first row. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's your triple crochet. Okay, onto that first row. Now we are going to single crochet in the second stitch, because our first one was a triple crochet. So now we're going back up to row 4 here, looking where we go. We're going to be going in that second stitch right here. And we're going to be just doing a single crochet. Now you're going to be doing 3 more of those, so a total of 4 single crochets. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to be doing another triple crochet. We're going to be going through the front post of the stitch in the front row next to the one we just did. So we went through this post. Now we're going to go around this next one here. So pull through, yarn over, right here. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that is starting to create our first diamond. We've got that first V. Now, from now on, when you do your triple crochet, you're going to follow it by another triple crochet. So get ready to start another one right now. And we are going to count over 4 stitches in that first row and going around the 5th for our next triple crochet. So we're skipping 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's our 5th one. Going through here, and yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and that's actually starting our next diamond. Now after that second triple crochet, you're going back up to that row 4. You're going to skip 2, go in this third one here, and that's where we're going to be doing our 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's time for another triple crochet. We're going to be going into the post next to the one we just did on row 1. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. There's that triple crochet. Like I said, we've just done one. It's time to do another. This time we're skipping over 4 posts from that first row and going around the 5th. So skip 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the 5th. Pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over. Sometimes it's hard to get a grip on these. There we go. Okay, so we've done 2 triple crochets. Now time to go back up to that row 4. We're skipping 2 in that row, so 1, 2. We're going in there for our start of our 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do another triple crochet. So we're going to yarn over twice. We're going down into the post next to the one we just did. Since we just did one, it's time for another one. Okay, we're skipping 4, going around the 5th post. Here was 1, 2, 3, 4, going around the 5th one. Okay, now it's back to row 4. Look at the top here. We're skipping these 2 and going in the 3rd one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Time for a triple crochet. We're going in the front post of the one right next to our last one here. Once you get a feel for this pattern, you just kind of go with it. It's a little tricky at first, but you'll get it. So we just did a triple crochet, so we're gonna do another one. Remember, this time we're skipping 4, going around the 5th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this 5th one here. Okay. Back up to row 4, we skip 2. Go in that 3rd one, single crochet 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as you notice, we are getting to the end of this row, so we are going to be finishing this last V, this last diamond, and then we're just going to finish the last 2 stitches of the row. So we're going in the post next to the one we just did. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so this time we're just skipping 1. We usually skip 2 because we usually do 2 triple crochets in the front, so we're just evening our space. We've only done 1, so we're just going to skip the 1. We're going to single crochet these last 2 stitches of the row. And yay, you did it. You did the first diamond row. Now we're going to follow this up with 3 more rows of just single crochet, and then we'll go back in that row after that. We will finish the other half of these diamonds using triple crochet again. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. This just keeps my rows from getting bunched up at the end. If you're not a fan of chaining 1 before you turn your work, then by all means do not. We're just gonna single crochet. Got away from me there. Single crochet along this row and 2 more rows, and I will meet you back here. So on your way back, that last row you were doing toward the back, so I like to chain 1 and turn my work. Now we are ready for the next surface row. We are going to single crochet the first 3 stitches. We are 1, 2, 3. Now we're ready for your triple crochet. Yarn over twice. This time we are going to go in the post directly above the corresponding triple crochet. So this one we did right here. So we're going to put it in this post right up here. If you're ever unsure of which one you just put it in, go on to the next one and stop and take a look. You'll be able to see if your diamond or your V looks crooked, kind of wonky, or if it looks exactly as it should. Sometimes it's hard to tell until you do the second one, but we've got our first one done here. Remember, after you do a triple crochet, almost always, you go right into your second one, which is what we're doing here. So our second triple crochet, we are going above the V over here. So we're going in this post, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay. Now we're going back up to the top, our working row. We're skipping 2 just like before. Go in that third one and we're doing 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is the point at which I lay my work flat, take a look, everything's in good proportion, looks great, we're ready to keep going. So we're going to do our next triple crochet, yarn over twice. We're going into the post in the row directly above where our last one was. Right here. Okay, since we just did one, guess what? We're doing another one. They come in pairs. And yeah, make sure you're not going in the exact stitch right down here. You already went in that stitch. So we're going around the post in the row above that. Yeah. Okay. Looking back at our top, our working row, skip 2, go in that third, single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you work flat. Take a look. The next diamond looks great. Let's keep going. Triple crochet. Kind of pulling it apart helps you see these posts a little bit easier as well. You'll start getting the hang of it about where to look for your posts and pull your yarn apart, but this is a little bit trickier stitch, especially for week 2 in our project, so I apologize, but hang in there. You can do it. If you get frustrated, take a step back from it for a little bit, maybe work on finishing your first 5. Our first stitch of this blanket was a half double crochet, so if you haven't finished all those, maybe alternate that with working on these. This pattern is a little trickier. Anyway, we just finished this triple crochet, so we start right in with our next one. Okay, go back up to your working row, skip 2, put 4 single crochets in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, you can put your work flat and make sure everything's looking right. Triple crochet, finish the top of your next V. If you mess up, that is okay. It's just yarn. You can always rip back to where before your problem is, or you can always start over. It's supposed to be relaxing and enjoying. Please do not stress out about this. Okay, skip 2, single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, triple crochet. We're almost to the end of this row. Whew. Whoa, whoa. Got over eager there. Okay, since we just did a triple, we're going to do another one. I promise you the stitch will get easier the more you do. Practice helps. Okay, back up to our working row. Skip 2, go in that 3rd. We're going to finish this row off. 1, 2. All right. So this is what our complete diamond. So we've done 3 rows of single crochet, then an overlaying row of triple crochets in there to make the bottom half of the diamond. We did 3 more rows of single crochet. We did the top half. Now we're going to be doing 3 more rows and then another bottom one. So we're repeating what we have just done. 3 rows and then doing the triple on the next row. So you're going to be continuing doing that until you have a nice squared off. I like to fold them into triangles. Then we know we're pretty darn close to square. Once you get it all the way square, make sure you've finished the end. Looking at the top here, make sure you do finish the top of your V's, your diamonds. Make sure they're nice and finished off. Then I actually did 1 more row of single crochet just so that it wasn't ending with some larger sized stitches at the top of those V's. That way the top row kind of matches the flatness of the bottom row. Once you've got that done, we are going to, well, we'll pretend this was at the end. Cut a nice long tail. You're going to yarn over and pull through. I pinch, that way it doesn't pull it really tight. And yarn over and pull through that little loop that we were saving. Pull tight, and there's your knot. Okay, we've got our sewing or yarn needle out. So we're going to thread that. Tucking in your ends really helps save you some time on the back end of things. You can save it till later, but every time I do that, I wish that I wouldn't have. By the time you get all these squares done, you just want to be done with your blanket. So, go through. So once we went down one way, we'll go back up the other way. That kind of locks in and secures your stitches. It's nice and camouflage in there. That could use a little bit more. Yeah, if something doesn't fix right, it's your project. You get in there and change it if you don't like it. Okay. I like that better. Trim off your end. Okay. Come over here. Again, you'll be doing this till it's square, not just a small little sampler here. So going out one way. Coming back through the other. It looks good. Trim that end. Then you will be done with your square. Again, just like last week, we need to make 5 complete squares using this stitch. So make sure, like I said, if you're on your last row, you folded it, it's nice and square. Make sure you do one more row. I did not put that on there. So your edge won't be nearly as clean as like where you started with your chain row. So make sure you do one more row. Like I said, this was not a finished one. They are just our little sampler to show you the stitch. So make 5 squares with this stitch, 5 squares with last week's stitch. We're going to keep going, and by the end of this, we are going to have a finished blanket of these different granny square samplers. We hope to see you next week. I hope you enjoyed the stitch.